Hello there. Um, as you've seen from the title, you probably know what we're doing. We're gonna try and get all these guys in a nice little line, and see how powerful they all are. Just have a, just for fun. Why not? It's all my opinion. Obviously, there is no concrete evidence or fact here, um, and we are talking about the power that they can always use. They're consistent. So, unfortunately, Anakin, we cannot take into account you and your controlling the son and daughter on Mortis in the Clone Wars. That we're ignoring. Equally, some of the stuff these guys do, I don't think we can Rey when all the Jedi are with her. I'm gonna say that is all the Jedi with her, rather than her having some sort of like major. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Let's start. I think first I want to compare these two guys because they are both similar age. They're both Padawans. Yes, I know Cal gets knighted by Sia in Fallen Order. Spoilers. But I don't think she's allowed to do that. She's only a knight, for goodness sake. I mean, like, everyone can get knighted now. I mean, why can't Hondo go around knighting people? Yeah, exactly. You're still a Padawan, as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, bye. However, he does manage to fight two Inquisitors and defeat them. Well, maybe on your fourth or fifth try, but he still does defeat them. Whereas this boy does not. Yes, he doesn't actually fight any Inquisitors in season 3 and 4, so it's not entirely fair. But if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Um, I think Kanan goes above both of them. He is knighted, and he is actually knighted, unlike this fool. Um, and then Ahsoka we have two of. You'll notice we've got two of a couple of people. Um, and that's because I put two lots of them because I think they actually do change in power between the two times that they're shown. So Ahsoka in Rebels, I think she's a lot more powerful than any of these guys. I mean, she fights two Inquisitors at once. In the Ahsoka novel, she manages to fight an Inquisitor, and she does not have a lightsaber at that point. She also holds her own quite well against Vader in Rebels. I would say she was probably going to lose that fight, but not by a lot. I think she deserves this sort of place. Um, and Maul, well, so the Maul and Ahsoka have a bit of a scrap in the latest arc of the Clone Wars, Siege of Mandalore. Excellent arc, probably the best arc of the Clone Wars, by the way. It's just out. I mean, as of the time of this recording, um, Order 66 has just happened in the Clone Wars, and it's devastating. Anyway, these two have a fight, and they're pretty much even. So we're going to put them as even. But I think Ahsoka probably improves, and hence I think we're going to have to do this, which is interesting because I don't. To start with, saying Maul is weaker than Ahsoka, that seems weird, but it's, it's the only way we can make it all make sense, I think. Um, so, uh, how about how about Luke? Luke is around at a similar time. No. Well, no. Let's move out our really big hitters. These boys and girls. Um, yeah, Yoda. Um, Yoda, Palpatine, and Talzin. I think they go at this end because, well, Palpatine said he was scared of only two Force users, and it was these two. So I would say that they have to sit at this end. Um, why don't we have a little look at let's look at Obi-Wan and Anakin. These two. Obi-Wan and Anakin I actually have thought about beforehand because um, they when if I asked you just instinctively, what would your response be to the question, who is more powerful, this boy, Anakin, emo Skywalker, or the most incredible beard and mustache in the whole of Star Wars, you would say this guy here, obviously. No, this guy, not this guy. Yeah, you'd say Anakin, because he is the chosen one and all that jazz. But the evidence would suggest otherwise. I mean, they have a little fight on, in episode 3, on Mustafar, and they're pretty evenly matched. In fact, when they go for that little force push and they lock eyes and it's all love is in the air, they're the same, and so they're gonna be the same.
You underestimate my power.
Yeah, there you go. PowerPoint, excellent. I would say Asajj Ventress, she almost holds her own against these two in the Clone Wars. Let's stick her here. She's probably, I would say Ahsoka's probably about the same power level in Rebels as Asajj is in Clone Wars. I think that's fair. But is Asajj more powerful than Maul? Yes, she is, because it makes this list easier. And that is the definitive power level of the character. If they're on the list and they're more powerful, then there you go. Let's talk about this boy, Qui-Gon. He's difficult because I would say he's probably more powerful than these guys. But he did lose to Maul in a fight. Now, and he was also offered a seat on the council in the Master and Apprentice novel by Claudia Gray. I would say he's not as powerful as these guys. Is he as powerful as Ahsoka? Maybe he's probably about the same level as Ahsoka in Rebels. Maybe? We're just going to have a little tower going on here. Luke, you're not part of the tower. Get out of here. I'd say Mace Windu is more powerful than these two in episode 3, which is when all this is we're looking at, because that's where the photos are from. And unfortunately, Luke, I think, is going to have to sit here. I mean, I don't think Luke from episode 6 would beat any of these guys in a force arm wrestle.
Not true.
He might be Kanan, if he's lucky. But that's on a good day, you know. Yeah, sure, you can go there. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. The reason we have two Obi-Wans is because Obi-Wan versus Maul in the Clone Wars is a reasonably evenly matched fight, even if this doesn't demonstrate that. Fine, sure. But in Rebels, when he's old, wise, hooded Obi-Wan Kenobi, he just destroys Darth Maul in a fight. I mean, there's no comparison. And so I think he improves, and I would say he probably gets to about Mace Windu level. A little higher. I think Count Dooku is here, I would argue. I would say he is more powerful than these two. He fights them on the invisible hand, and I don't know what was going on with Obi-Wan in that fight. Maybe he'd just woken up. I don't know. I mean, in fact, we do know he's just talked to Ahsoka. And then he's gone off, and he's flown in a ship. Maybe the crash landing hurt his legs, maybe. Or maybe this boy was doing some weird force manipulation so he could get these two alone with each other. Yeah. I don't know, but what I do think is that he's more... Mr. Dooku is probably more powerful than the both of them. Yeah, let's go with that. I would say that Vader and Obi-Wan probably... Well, Anakin / Vader and Obi-Wan probably progress at a similar rate in terms of their abilities with the Force. Because I'd say Vader would progress faster, but he's got a big old clunky suit on. I mean, give the guy some credit where it's due. So I'd say they're probably at a similar level. And when they fight, neither of them looks like one is beating the other in episode 4. I mean, they're not exactly swinging like they are in this one. But, you know, maybe they're just having a measure out. They're just having a little catch-up. This force catch-up through, you know, So I think they're at the same level, and so they're gonna go on top of each other. And if you think I'm wrong, tell me. But this is Obi-Wan we're talking about. I mean, let's talk about old boy Luke. I would say he's probably weaker than these guys. Is he? No, I would say he's probably about here. You know, he's pretty strong. We're talking about Luke when he's reconnected with the Force. You know, at the height of it. I know that I know the image is from Episode 8, but this is probably just before. Just that, you know, when his temple's just gone kaput. Yeah, about then. I would say he goes here because he's not as powerful as Mace Windu or Count Dooku, and you know, let's give him a bit of credit. We got to make a Skywalker tower. That's it, exactly. So therefore, no, I'm joking. Anyway, these guys, where do they go? I'm just going to move this so we have another slot if we need it, which I think we might. Okay. So, what about these two? Where do they go? I don't think. I think they're the same. I would say Kylo is marginally stronger in Episode 9 than Rey is. I would say when Rey fights Palpatine in Episode 9, it's she's being assisted by all these guys and Ki-Adi-Mundi. Do not forget the droid attack on the Wookiees. And so, but where does she go? Here or does she go here? Maybe. Let's move this up. I don't. Man, they're too close together. I don't know. Let's go like this. Why not? Yeah, I don't think Rey would be able to beat any of these in a fight. And I don't think Kylo would either. I think they have a lot of raw power. Like, what's this? I don't even know who you are. I don't even know what you are. What he says. He's got a lot of raw to untamed power, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about wake up in the morning, pretty sleepy, need to force your shoes on. That's what power we're talking about. We're not talking about, you know, you just worked out, you're at the peak of your force power. Yeah, you've just had an energy force bar. No, we're talking about very tired forcing, you know. These guys would probably be asleep if I'm honest. Don't know. Anyway, where does Snoke go? Here? Yeah, let's go here. I mean, we're going to assume that when he actually does fight in, or when we see him use the Force, it is him. It's not this wrinkly man. No, it will say it's him, or else he could just be out here somewhere because he might not even use the Force. But that's a debate for another day. I would say he's probably about Count Dooku level. I mean, that's enough of a jump for him to like be able to mess with Rey. He's scared of Luke. Should he go here? No, I think I'd say he's maybe a bit stronger. But does that mean that Palpatine can make an army of people stronger than Luke? I mean, if he did, why didn't he do that? Maybe he's got to go a bit below Luke, or else we've got a bit of a weird. Sure, let's drop him lower than all these. Let's give them a move, shall we? And stick him right there. You can have your own little column because no one wants to be with you, Snoke. Sorry. And then these guys. I would say that Talzin is weaker than them both, only because she lives on Dathomir. She stays at home. She's a stay-at-home mum, and she's good at what she's good at. She's good at staying at home and using the Force at home. She's good at making a little, you know, she makes a little soup, a green glowing soup, and then she throws in a Count Dooku doll, and Count Dooku suddenly, like, almost dies. But if she's not on Dathomir and she doesn't have her soup, well, I don't think she's as powerful as these guys. And so, I think these guys have to go above her. As I said, the Emperor is scared of two people. Well, Palpatine at this point, and that's these two. Now, who goes first? who is number one of these two? I think it's Yoda. And hear me out here. Yoda is weak in episode 1, 2, and 3, and probably 4, 5, and 6. Well, 4 and 5, and then half of 6. Before he disappears off the face of Dagobah. But the Emperor's never been stronger. I mean, yeah, he's weak because of the dark side. This bald man says just as much in The Phantom Menace, I think. Yeah, let's say The Phantom Menace. But so Yoda, you know, for all we know, he could like maybe crush a planet in his day, but and so that's maybe the part. I think that's a fair assumption. You know, yes, when he wakes up and he's feeling groggy and the dark side's all around him, then he's weak. But we're not talking about when he wakes up and the dark side's all around him. I mean, if that's all we've seen of him, that's not a fair assumption. And so he goes above Palpatine. And so that's the list done. And is it? Am I happy with it? I think I'm happy with it. Am I happy with it? Not quite. Not quite. I think we need to move them all this way a little bit. Yeah. And then... yeah, that's about right. I think that's better. Let me know what you think of my list. Tell me where I've gone wrong. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.